Morning, YouTube. This morning we are going to be putting a cold air intake on my 2007 Chevy Avalanche. It's got the 5.3. As you can see, I already got the engine cover off. I've loosened all the clamps. And I ordered a cold air intake from off eBay. $60 intake. Comes with everything I need. I've already got it partially assembled. Where the air box goes, I put that together off camera because it was kind of a pain in the ass, and it doesn't come with instructions. So, but for $60, what can you say? I know some of the other more popular brands like K&N and stuff like that. They come with instructions, but you're also paying. You know, I've seen some of them as high as $400 for a cold air intake, which is really nothing more than what I got here for $60. So, we're going to start by taking off the old air intake. And it just kind of pulls off here. There's a tab there. There we go. And then there's a tab under here. We'll disconnect it from our massive airflow sensor. And then also, there's a tube here for your crankcase ventilation. The new one comes with a hose to run to your crankcase ventilation, so no worries there. Everything you need is included with this kit. Oh, where'd that? Okay, that other clamp's down there. There, it's on the floor now, so no worries. All right, so we got the main part off. You will need to reuse your mass airflow sensor. Be careful with these. They are rather delicate, and they are very expensive. So I'm going to set this over on the workbench where it'll be safe. All right. So, now I've already gotten this loosened. It's just got 4 screws that hold it in. A lot of times these will break from getting over tightened. I just put a washer and then the same bolt in, or same screw in. So, I don't know if you can see that. Dope. But yeah, so I really like these cold air intakes. This is actually the second one I've had. I had one on my 2004 Chevy Avalanche. Could really notice a difference once I put it on. There's a different tone in the motor, and also it wasn't a major increase of power, but it was something definitely you could feel. So I really believe in those. Here's another. This is a Spectre air filter, and this I actually had on my old Avalanche too, because they all use the same air filters. These are actually pretty good filters. This one's kind of dirty, but they're basically like K&N air filters. You know, you wash them, you put oil on them, and that's it. And you know, you're good to go for another 6 months to a year, depending on conditions. But these are pretty good. I think I paid $30 for this at AutoZone, and like I said, that was probably 5 or 6 years ago when I first got my my 04 Avalanche, which I traded in to get this one. So they're really good. Just kind of, you're not wasting, because these air filters on these are like $13 a pop. So, you know, you spend $30-40 on this versus replacing one of, the Fram air filters, for instance, for $13-14 a pop. 3 or 4 air filter changes and it's already paid for itself. So and I think they last longer as far as having to clean them. So, anyways, on with the show. Your air box, I believe this just pops out. You want to be careful because there's not a lot of room over here. There we go. There's your old air box. Set that aside. So now we've gotten to pretty much everything removed. So we'll come over here and grab, like I said, this doesn't come with instructions, so we'll have to figure this out as we go. I'm sure we're going to have to remove some screws, but it looks like it's going to go in like that. And then this is probably going to bolt. I'm going to have to take that bolt out. So set that up there. Looks like we're going to need a 10mm and a 15. Hopefully you guys can. Once you got that pulled out, there's a plate down here. And there's 4 bolts in it. I'll get it pulled out and show you. Alright, so we pull that plate out, and that's just where your old air filter sits. It's just held in by 4 bolts, 2 there, and then 2 there. Get them in the camera. There we go. So, we'll save those because I think we're going to need that to attach the new air box. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but this core support, I believe that's what it is. It looks like it holds in the radiator. There's a bolt right here. We're going to have to take that out because it looks like this tab right here is we're going to put that bolt right through it. So if you can, so it'll sit like that, and then that bolt will go through it. So we'll get that taken out. I just want to thank everyone who watches my videos, that likes and comments and subscribes. I really appreciate it. You know, I do these videos mostly because I can't find videos on the stuff that I'm doing. So, like, you know, my last video I did the positive battery cable. I couldn't find a video on that. That's why I did a video on it. But a few weeks ago, I got an email saying I had 100 subscribers, and I know that's not a lot, but you know, to know that there's 100 people out there that like my videos enough to subscribe, I really appreciate that. So, thank you to everyone who watches. Once again, I appreciate it. So, all right, so we'll get these. For this particular kit, you'll need 2 of the bolts that we're holding that tray in, and we probably want to get this pin before we go with those. So we'll have to tuck this, maybe, yeah, tuck it behind. There's like a rubber grommet in there. Tuck it behind there. Let's see if we can't get this. All right. Like I said, this is a very inexpensive kit, and you kind of just gotta figure it out. But like I said, it's $60 compared to at least a couple hundred for like the K&N kit. So I actually think it's a hell of a deal. I've seen some of the K&N kits. I really don't think they're anything special. Like I said, for the amount of horsepower that you gain, I don't think a K&N air filter kit, cold air kit, is really worth it for a couple $100. But for $60, I think it is worth it. All right, so we got our air box in. Next, we'll figure out how this is our adapter for the actual air filter. It's got 2 bolts, and you probably can't see, but there are 2 holes for those bolts to go through. So and I look at this air filter, and can you see the difference between this and a K&N? Probably not. I mean, K&N's probably maybe a little better built, but for the money, I don't really feel it's worth it. So, they did not give you much room in here to work, but we'll get her figured out. So, I think that's going to be too high. So we're going to face this thing down. As you can see, the hole, it's offset. So you could put it like that, or you could put it like that. It seems like there's not a lot of room towards the top. So I think we're going to put it like that, and it should put it down in there lower. All right. So there we go. Started. That's weird. These screws almost seem a little too long. Oh, you ever lose a 10mm socket? I can't tell you how many 10mm sockets I've lost over the years. That one it's down in there somewhere. Oh, I see it. I see it. I probably spent more money on 10mm sockets than anything. But we got that one back. We got her back. All right. So, let's see if we can't get this air filter on there. Yeah, it's not easy to get in and out of there, but turn this clamp around. Alright. Alright, get that. It's looking a little wonky there for a minute, but it'll be alright. Alright, so so that is attached now. Now we can start putting the rest of the stuff on. We'll start with the mass airflow sensor. And it just slips on like that. And then tighten the clamp down. All right. Then, here's something really nice about this kit is most of the clamps that come with it are these band style clamps. And you can see they got the actual bolt, and I hate using the worm drive clamps, but like those, I've never really used these kind, but they look super nice. So we'll see what happens. But it comes with, kit comes with 4 of them. So, and that's all you'll need for those to get the kit put together. I believe you might have to reuse one of yours to connect the throttle body, but maybe not. I don't know. Well, I guess we better put the clamp on. So we get the clamp put on. Yeah, real tight fit, I think. I'm gonna get this, and then we'll just take that clamp apart. Take this clamp. Oh boy. What was that? All right. Alright, so that's on. This is going to be the tricky part, is figuring out which way this goes. This is the intake tube. As you can see, it's got a black wrinkle coat on it. My other one actually was a brushed aluminum, which I really liked. Like, can't really see inside there too well. You know, it's, I mean, you know, the cannons, yeah, they're probably all clean and polished on the inside too, but does it really make a difference when there's just air movement going through there? I don't think so, but I'm sure there's a lot of opinions on it. So anyways, we got to figure out which way this goes. Now, just looking at it, I don't know. I know we can get rid of that, though. Be right back. What in the world? What in the world kind of clamp is that? There we go. We don't need that. That was another, just held on the, held on to the old brake, or air intake, I mean. So, I don't know. Let's get this. Yeah, so you don't have to reuse any of the old clamps, except the one obviously on your mass airflow sensor. But so yeah, that's kind of nice. So yeah, that thing looks. That's the right way, though. Maybe it goes like that. I think it goes like that. Yeah, so it's going to sit in there like that. Make sure we get these. I'm going to turn this one around. I think that's it. We got our seems pretty solid. So yeah, I guess it's got that hump. Your focus. It's got that hump so it can kind of go over the coolant hoses. So yeah, this is really nice though, because I mean now if you look, you know, before you had this mass box right here that covered all of this, and you know, when, like if you needed to change the serpentine belt, you got to pull the whole airbox. Well, with this, you know, everything's accessible. You can just change the serpentine belt and boom, done. So, one other thing I wanted to show you, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but you're... All right, sorry about that. Had some technical difficulties. I think I hit the button and it stopped recording. So we'll just go over the rest of the install. The next thing I was going to show you was down here. See if I can get the light down in there. Right here. Right in there, you can see that hose. I'm kind of wiggling it. That's this hose. You can kind of see where it connects right there. Right in there. Right just next to my finger. Right down in there. Anyways, the kit comes with this hose for your crankcase ventilation. So, and then it just connects to the back of that intake pipe, and you know, everything feels really solid. I started it up before I realized I wasn't recording, so I'm not gonna start it again. But you know, yeah, I think for 60 bucks it's a hell of a deal, and the power gains I feel are worth it. Like I said, I don't think the power gains will be worth it to, you know, for $200, $300, $400 for the more expensive kits. So like I said, I had a very similar kit to my 04 Avalanche that I used to own. I was really happy with it. I wish it would have fit this one, because I'd have taken it off and put it on this one, but it's a little different style. That one didn't have the crankcase ventilation here. It went somewhere else. I want to say it went directly into the intake. I'm not sure though. So, but I really like this kit. I think this one is actually a little better built than the one I had on my 04 Avalanche. So, it's very solid. It seems pretty rugged. It's got, you know, enough flex everywhere it needs it. So, yeah, so if you're looking for a cold air intake, go on eBay. I've seen them on Amazon too, you know, for about the same price, $60, $70, $80. And they got them for all kinds of different cars. I'm still trying to convince my wife to put one on her 08 Equinox, but she's not having it, so... But anyways, maybe we'll get there one day, and I'll definitely video that. So just the other couple things I wanted to go over too was, you remember I did a video on replacing the positive battery cable. I got some comments on that asking, you know, if that actually fixed my problem, and yes, it did. I have not had that no start problem since I replaced this battery cable. And that was a lot due to, I really tracked it down to make sure that that's what the problem was, you know, because I'd heard that the negative cable could be a problem on these too, and will cause the same problem. So, and how I did that, really, it was just jiggling wires. When it wouldn't start, I'd get in the truck, I'd turn the key, there was no lights, no radio, no nothing. I came out and I jiggled the negative terminal, because that's what I read most about, was that the negative terminal was bad. So I jiggled the negative terminal, and sometimes it would start back up, but then sometimes it wouldn't. So then I'd read a couple, like one or two, literally one or two, that said, oh, it's your positive cable. So I got to looking more at the positive cable, and I showed you that in the last video. And so then I kind of experimented, and every time it wouldn't start, I come out and just jiggle that and it'd start right up every time. Every time I jiggled that positive terminal, it'd start right up after that. So that was definitely the problem. And, you know, that fixed it. So, like I said, if you're looking to replace the positive cable on this, go check out my other video on that. And then another thing is these lights. I know it's kind of annoying with the LEDs because they're on camera, they're like terribly flashy. But if you're looking for a cheap shop light, go to Harbor Freight and get this light. It's not real bright, but if you're looking for just something that gives you overall good hood, under hood lighting, it's definitely worth it. I think I paid like $40 for that with a coupon. It's got these ends on it. These ends have magnets on them. They don't seem very good. They won't hold the light up under the hood anyways, not for me anyway. But they do have these hooks that fold out. You can kind of see that there. And so I just hook it up to some of the holes there in the hood, and it works pretty good. And you know, for $40, I think the cheapest I've seen them are like around $100 for basically the same thing. And then this light here, I think I paid $18 or $19 for it. It's a rechargeable, as well as this is a rechargeable as well. They seem to last pretty long. This one, you know, it's got a magnetic base, and it's a pretty strong magnetic base. You know, it's got 3 modes. It's got bright. It's got the bright mode, dim, and then it's got a little light on the very end of it right there, which is kind of nice for looking into nooks and crannies, you know, when you lose that 10mm socket. But and like I said, I paid like $18-20 for this, and it's a really good light. I really like the magnetic base. I can stick it just about anywhere, you know, and it's stays stuck. You know, it's not easy to get off. So, and they're both rechargeable, which is nice. But yeah, so, you know, check it out. I've seen a couple reviews that say they're pretty decent, so I bought them, and I've been pretty happy with them. So, and I think I'll be happy with this too. So I think that's a pretty good place to end the video now. We will talk to y'all later. And I hope this video helps you. If you like it, hit like and subscribe, you know, if you're interested in my videos. And again, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate it. See you later. Bye.